would have been like a really oh! What is going on, guys? It's Fender here, and today we are back playing more ARK Lost Island. Before I get into what we're doing in this video, please make sure to leave a like down below. It does help me out tremendously, guys. It really, really does. Yeah, so let's go ahead and forego the rest of the formalities at the beginning of this one, because I have a lot to talk about and not a lot of time to do so. We got quite a bit of updates and stuff, man, so I'm probably going to sprinkle updates throughout this video, and I'm sorry about that, but there's a lot that needs to be said. So let's go ahead and start off by saying, in between episodes, I turned into a little bit of a lumberjack, and I actually ended up cutting down all the trees around the area here. As you can see, the circle pond on the left, and then the little area below Gaia, and actually the hill on the other side of Gaia as well. I removed all these trees, and the reason being for this science experiment is I really just wanted to see what it would look like to have a little bit more visibility around the base. So definitely go ahead and comment down below. What do you think? Because I'm not afraid to let the trees grow back if need be. But I wanted to see how it looks. Who is this? Momo? I don't know who this is. He's definitely not ours. You don't belong to us, but I guess we'll bring you back. One of the guys must have lost their Sinnoh over here. What was I saying? That just totally threw me off what I was, like, track. Yeah, anyway, so I went and cut all the trees, and then fortunately for us, it doesn't seem to have stopped any of the dino spawns. So that's pretty cool. All the sarcos are still spawning in the pond. All the stuff is still spawning down below. And I'm kind of stuck halfway between liking it and not liking it. I don't really know how to feel about it yet. It's still growing on me. I tell you what, though, I definitely like that we are able to see the sarcos a little bit more clearly. There's a 130 female right there. And instead of just, like, letting the sarcos walk onto the beach or the coast and then get lost amongst the trees, which I guess, like, there's a 140 and there's a 90, which I guess they're still kind of trying to do right now. We can still see them, so I don't know. We might let the trees grow back. We might not. It's just a fun little science experiment I thought that we would try out. Let me know how you feel about it. I definitely feel like that's 90 again. Why am I looking at sarcos? I just can't help myself. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. I don't know. I like doing science sometimes and seeing how things look. So, what's going on behind me? Is that Sinnoh attacking the sarco? Bro, who do you belong to? Who's, what the hell? You can't just come over here and rustle up the neighbors. Momo, who is this? We gotta figure out who you belong to, man, because you definitely aren't ours. Anyway, so I went ahead and did a metal run that we're coming back from right now because, as I bet you can tell from the title or the thumbnail, I want to do some building today. And, yeah, we got some wyvern eggs to hatch because, you know, if you have been here for a while now, you know that we went and did a bunch of wyvern egg getting, and we need to hatch these damn suckers, so we need a place to do so. I realized I could do it with, like, a bunch of torches or some air conditioners, but I figured we would go ahead and bite the bullet. Let me go ahead and actually put Momo somewhere where I won't lose him. Where are you gonna land, Momo? What's going on with you? Right in our house. Oh, God, right in the roof. I have no idea who you are. Don't forget that he's here, guys. We gotta figure out where he belongs. Anyway, like I was saying, we need a place to put our eggs. So instead of just having, like, torches or air conditioners, I think we need to build, like, an actual area where we can go ahead and do, like, breeding and stuff, because in the future, certainly not anytime soon, we're going to want to do, like, mutation stacking and such. So, let me actually move all the metal into our furnace while I'm doing this. Scrap metal? No. Raw metal? Oh, God. What is it called? R metal? That's not right. All right. Metal? Is it just metal? It is. Rent ink. Cool. Get all you over here. And, boom. But yeah, if we ever want to do, like, mutation stacking or, like, mass army breeding and stuff, we need an area to do so, man. So, yeah, we're going to work on that today. So, I'm going to go ahead and start building up some structures and getting a little bit more of a plan formulated. And I'll bring you guys back when I have an actual update. But yeah, BRBs. All right, so I've got kind of a situation worked out in my mind for how this is going to work. So let me walk you through it. At first, I was going to build something inside the cave, but ended up realizing it's a little bit too small, man. The cave is not big enough to house all these big dinos. And that kind of leads us to the little ledge out here that guy is standing on. So I was going to build it out there. That was my second spot. And then I was like, I don't know if we want to do that. Because I figure we're probably going to keep our wyverns out there. And wyverns are pretty big creatures, right? So they're probably going to take up a lot of room. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like we'll leave that, like, helipad-looking area for that. But luckily for us, we have an enormous yard up here with lots of places to build stuff, man. Lots of places to build stuff. Dang. So I think we're going to build it up here. And the question quickly became, where do I build it? Because we always have wild spawns up here that are always scary. And since we put our plant species X up here, my confidence has grown a little bit higher in actually building up top without being able to get attacked. I know I haven't given you an update on the plants, but basically, the plants grew up. They're big plants now. They now use the power of veganism to launch missiles at wild animals, and they kill them. As you can see, all the dead carcasses around here. So now that we have some plant species up here, I kind of have a little bit more confidence in terms of building up top. So I think that's what we're going to do. So the more inept around you will see that I've already kind of started sketching out an area right here with thatch and stuff of kind of what I wanted to do. And I'll show you why that is here in a second, but I kind of wanted to build it somewhat further away from the taming pen and greenhouse so that things didn't feel so claustrophobic. But check this out. So up top here, we have this little cliff, and I don't know. I got enamored with the idea of going from the cliff up top to that bottom area and having a multi-leveled building. And it's like just far enough away from the taming pen and the greenhouse that it makes sense. And on top of all that, I'm kind of hoping that this might like influence spawns even more up here in the yard to kind of cancel some things out. So I think this is cool, man. It's kind of a nice natural build. For those who watched me build like in the past, you know that I like building with the land, and there's definitely like a with the land element here with this weird like 90-degree angle cliff. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. So like you can see below, I already kind of started sketching out kind of what I want to do in my mind, because I always do my best building when I actually get down and dirty and like start like placing things where I can actually see how it works. So yeah, that's how it's going to go. I've gotten some things made up so we can kind of just freely go over there and start placing things. And I think that's what we're going to just start doing here. Yeah. So hopefully it's not too much of a problem. I'm going to try and avoid building another square building, because I swear to God, every time you build something in ARK, it almost always ends up as either a square or a rectangle. Or if you're syntax, it's a circle every time. Those are the only options. So I'm going to try and build some sort of weird obtuse shape. We're going to have to pick all of these suckers up, man. Really? You know what? We're actually doing this wrong. These need to be ceilings, because if they're not ceilings, it actually doesn't line up correctly. This is why it's always good to sketch things out at least a little bit preemptively. What I mean by that is if these were foundations, it wouldn't line up with the bottom. Just trust me, it doesn't line up. All right, start placing these suckers. Now, I would like to say that I reserve the right to replace the material we use on this building for a later date. Mainly stating is I want to build this thing to look like a Jurassic Park egg lab, kind of, is what I'm envisioning. And I figured the best material we could use for that is metal. Of course, the hiccups like want to roll up again, of course. But I don't really like the way metal looks, man. I hate building with metal. I guess I don't hate it. It's not my favorite thing. I definitely can't use metal floors. And I've got a few reasons for all of this. So, reason number one. If you use metal for floors, it's just when you walk on it, there's like a clanging sound, and it drives me nuts. Okay, I'll address that. I'll address that here in a second as well. Reason two is metal seems to reflect light weird, and we're definitely gonna have to run power and lights in this sucker if we want to make it a lab. And I just don't like the way the reflection looks, man. It drives me nuts. So, like I said, I reserve the right. We're gonna go ahead and build this thing out of metal right now with what I got. And if I don't like the way it looks later, I might replace it with stone or wood or that. I don't know, something. I just wanted to let everybody know that ahead of time. Because if I don't like the metal, at least we have the grinder now that we can, like, replace some of the stuff that we use to make the metal. I don't know. But yeah, so with that said, dude, the Christmas event is still going on the server, and it might make me even more upset than it might you guys. I'm actually super frustrated with this. For some reason, our server provider, like, could not get this update ready for us in time. So, I realize that the server, god damn it. I realize that the Christmas event is supposed to be over. I get it. Believe me, I'm not happy about it. So in the meantime, it should come later this week, our update for our server, where it gets rid of this sucker and we go back to normal, should come later this week. And so for the meantime, we're just going to have to ignore it. There's no raptor claws. There's no event color dinos. Like, just ignore it. It's not here. It's not happening. Trust me, I don't even want to talk about it. It stressed me out so hard that I was like, okay, this is... Okay, building an ARK is so frustrating. Why isn't this flush? yeah, so we're just going to try and ignore it. We're not going to do raptor claws. We're not going to, we're going to try and do our best to live normal ARK life until our server can finally update and get rid of it. So I just wanted to address that because I know it keeps happening, and I know the server, like, the event's supposed to be over. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to keep building this sucker, and I'll bring you guys back when I have, like, an actual real-life update to give you guys, and not just an outline of things. So, BRBs. Alrighty, guys. So I've got a little bit of an update to show you guys. A little bit of the construction is complete. I've done some things. Some things have been done. So let me go ahead and give you, like, or I guess show you guys what is going on here. Yeah, because it's looking kind of neat, man. I don't know how to feel about the metal yet. I'll say that much. This is what it's looking like. So I went ahead and started experimenting with the triangle foundations. And usually I don't like messing with these suckers because it makes building the roof kind of difficult. But for our purposes of avoiding making a square building, it kind of makes good. It adds a little bit of texture, it adds a little bit of depth, and it kind of expands our walls a little bit. So all I did was expand a little bit off the sides. I also completed this area up top, which I'm not really sure what we're going to like use this area for yet. Also, I put glass down here. I know it kind of looks weird that we're standing on like nothing, but it's glass. We might go ahead and tint that at some point. Did I bring the ceilings? I didn't. Oh, that's a little bit frustrating. I just went down there and made ceilings, forgot them. Anyway, yeah, so I went ahead and placed glass on the floor. We might tint it at some point so it looks like we're standing at something. And then we placed those big old large glass windows on the side. Yeah, it's looking good, man. So I don't know what we're going to do up top. I'm thinking down here, I want to build, like, that's where we're going to hatch the eggs and stuff. I want to have an area where we have, like, air conditioners so we can do, like, we can manually hatch eggs like the good old days. And then, of course, we'll have incubators and stuff. So yeah, I want to do all of that down here, and then I really don't know what we're gonna do up top. I don't know. I'm gonna have to fiddle with it a little bit. I'm gonna have to figure out how the roof works. Gonna be a little bit. It's got some building plans here that are gonna be a problem. Also, I want the up top area where we're at, like standing on right now, to be all enclosed and roofed in and stuff. But I want the backside to be open, like no walls at all. And the reason being is if we're raising like a bunch of Rexes and stuff for like mutation stacking, we need a big area. That is like way too bright. There we go. We need a big area for them to like breed and stuff, right? So I figured the best way to do that would have an open area where we can walk stuff up and do the breeding and stuff that, I don't know. I don't know if any of that makes sense. You might just have to wait and see what my plans are for it to make sense. Yeah, but I think it's looking good. It is what it is. So I'm going to start working on this sucker, and maybe I can polish this sucker off and you guys can actually get a feel for how it's going. Yeah, I'll put the door on with you guys right now. We'll just see how this looks. I think a double door, it is metal, but a double door out of glass looks labby. Look at this. Let's see what this looks like. Is this like a Jurassic Park lab? You like walk in. I like this. I like this multi-layered building a lot, man. It's super neat. All right, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and continue. God, English is hard for me today. I'm going to continue to build on this sucker and see what I like and don't like, and I'll bring you guys back. Alrighty, guys, so we are a good deal later. I've done a lot of building. I had to do a couple more metal runs, but I think I have the shell of this egg lab finally built, and I think that's what we're going to call it, is the egg lab. Now remember, I don't have any of the furniture in here, but this is basically what we're looking at. It's open on this side, so we're able to walk dinos in and out. We have this ramp that goes over towards the greenhouse. I'll actually end up walking through the front. How about that? So you can see it. But yeah, this is what I'm thinking, man. So we have the front. Still, I got an idea now in my head of what I want to do up here. Still haven't fleshed that out. But it comes into this other room that we'll be doing most of our work in. And then that leads to an even more open part. And I think this worked out good, man. The little triangle foundations were a little bit tricky to figure out the roof on. But I think it worked out great, man. We'll have to wire electricity up in this sucker to get some lights. But I think like the glass and the windows on the roof with the lights at night is going to make this thing look really cool. Also, I ended up building another fence right next to this sucker because I figured, even though we have plant species X, I'm not confident enough that they're like wild dinos aren't going to get in there and eat stuff. So I did my best to line it up with the exact angle of the building, and I think I did pretty good. But yeah, I know a fence within a fence is not ideal, but until there's actual proof that like raptors and stuff can't get in there, I figured better safe than sorry. On the other side, I'm just going to have a little bit more faith that the turrets will take on that stuff. But I don't think it looks bad. Oh, also, the platform that the Quetzal is standing on, let me show you this. So I worked really hard trying to make sure that this platform was flush with the cliff here. Look at all the guys down there, man. You guys down there are the reason we have to have a fence within a fence. But this is the reason why I had to build this platform, guys. There's actually an enormous chunk outside of our little cliff here. And if I didn't build a platform, it would have been like a really... Oh! Oh, God. We're good. Look at all these squatters, man. What are you guys doing in my canyon? Look at this. It's outrageous. You guys don't have squatters' rights. What is it? But yeah, if I didn't build that little platform right there, it would have left us with a really thin, narrow walkway. So kind of necessary. And I think it doesn't really look bad. It's a little out of place, but it doesn't look bad per se. But yeah, it's coming together, man. I think it looks really good. I still am on the fence about the metal. I'll be honest with you guys. On one hand, I think it looks good. On the other hand, it's like being inside an enormous reflective cave, and I just don't know how to feel about it. So give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think, and if I should keep it or not. But yeah, with all that out of the way, I think we're good now, man. So I think we just need to build all the furniture, as it were, all the fixins. We need to wire the electricity up here. That shouldn't be too bad. We should just be able to use the same cable from the greenhouse. And yeah, we should have just about be good to go. So I'm going to go build all that stuff and bring you guys back. Alrighty, guys. So I just about have everything built up. There are 2 things we need to build. Hopefully I can build both. I think I might have just enough in here to build both things. Nice, cool. So we can actually build both of them. The egg incubators themselves. So what I've done... God dang, English is hard today. What I've gone ahead and done is I went ahead and furnished our new building besides the 2 incubators. So let's go up top and I'll show you a little bit of what this sucker looks like. I already wired it all up and everything. We got lights in that sucker. So, oh God, what was that? Did you see that? It was like a weird, like, what was that? Like a world save that just happened? That was terrible lag. But yeah, look at that. It's all, voice cracks galore. We're having a tough time, man. It's all lit up. It looks pretty good. Still on the fence about the metal, but I'm kind of happy with it, to be honest. All right, so on the first part here, I ended up putting a bunch of refrigerators, and yes, 8 refrigerators is probably a little much, but what I also went ahead and did is I moved all our fertilized eggs. So we got pteranodons and cynos in there, we got magmasaurs in here, we got our ice wyvern eggs on this side, and then on the last one, we have all the rest of the wyverns. So I think that's pretty cool. What we might do with these ones is just add food for the babies and stuff. Yeah, it could be cool, man, but I figured, like, yes, 8 fridges is probably a little much, but I figured more is definitely more in this situation. At least we'll have them, right? So we can store eggs, we can do a lot of stuff. And then what I also did is I put railings on the outside of the fridges just so that this room felt like its own room, but also closes it in without feeling closed in, right? Yeah, I think so. So that's pretty cool. Also, down here, we now have a trough under each staircase so that the babies have food to eat. I went ahead and placed all the air conditioners against this wall. Don't make fun of me. I had one left over, and it's just sitting up there. And then this sucker right here is called an S+ item aggregator. And the reason these are here is because a while back, I can remember S+ had a thing called a hatchery, and I think they got rid of it for this sucker. So we probably won't end up using this thing very much, if at all. Maybe if we're building enormous dino armies at some point, maybe. But essentially, it's there to look cool. It's an aesthetic for our egg lab. It looks Jurassic Parky, right? Like that's really the only reason it's there. But yeah, that looks pretty good, don't it? I like this a lot, man. We might have to, like I said, tint the glass ceilings and the stairs and stuff. The stairs are also glass. I don't know if you noticed. Why does this want to snap like this? All right, well, maybe we can do our little trick and see where that goes. Where did it go? Okay, up top. All right, well, I guess we'll just be eyeballing this sucker since, you know, it wants to be this way. And that looks pretty good, right? It's not bad. So these incubators here are new to me. Like, I know a lot about them. I haven't got a lot of playtime with them. But they basically come with 10 slots to hatch eggs in. And I think this was introduced on the last DLC, which is the reason I know a lot about them, but don't have, like, a lot of mileage in playing with them. And yes, probably having 2 of these things is also a little much, but if we're doing giant mutation stacks, which, you know, I'll explain at a different time, you want the ability in the future to have, like, I don't know. I'm preparing for the future, guys, and I think this egg lab looks really good. It looks really, really good, man. So yeah, I think this sucker's coming together, dude. Look at this. Still don't know how to feel, like, look how reflective it is. But look how good it is, man. So we might I'm not gonna lie to you, I might end up like doing more science in between episodes and changing like the walls to stone, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna do some flirting, see what looks best. Do I have the 190 egg up here? I want to test something out real quick. That's 160. I thought I brought the 190 up here. Okay, there it is. Let's go ahead and test this real quick and just see if this works. Because I don't want to hatch the wyverns inside the incubator. Is this incubating? It is! Nice! We're not going to hatch it today. I just wanted to see that. But I don't want to use the egg incubators to hatch the wyvern eggs because they're going to show me what the stats are and what it looks like and stuff. And I want to be surprised, like the good old days. So when we do actually hatch all the wyverns, we'll do it all manually with the air conditioners. I like this base a lot, though. This little egg lab actually turned out a lot better than I was expecting it to. Yeah, I'm kind of stoked on it. Nice. The aggregator does look a little out of place now with the incubator next to it, don't it? I don't know. It fills in some space. That was really all that I wanted it there for, like I said. And if we do need to use it, at least it has some sort of function. But yeah, guys, I am actually running very low on time today. It's actually... I've been super busy all weekend, so the goal is always to get a daily video up for you guys. The weekends are a little hard for me because I'm way more busy on the weekends, so forgive me if I don't. I'm always going to keep shooting for daily videos. If I can't do it, just be patient with me, man. It's hard to do. I have a lot of other stuff I got to do. But yeah, I'm running late on some stuff to do today, but I wanted to get this video out because it's been a little bit, man. I've been busy, and I've been, like, feeling like I don't know. I haven't been able to post videos, and I miss it, so... Here you go. We got an egg lab done. I think it turned out great, man. So comment down below what you think of this sucker and if it turned out good or not, what you think we could do to make it better or not. And definitely comment on the metal. Yeah, leave comments, guys. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm out. Peace.